Does Kisspeptin-10 increase testosterone? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how Kisspeptin may be able to raise testosterone naturally. I'll show you in small human trials, IV Kisspeptin caused luteinizing hormone to more than double. And also with longer infusions, testosterone levels increased as well. So today we'll break down how it works, how it differs from traditional testosterone therapy. We're going to be talking about Kisspeptin-10. Now there's several sequences of Kisspeptin. The full amino acid profile is 54 amino acids, but these last 10 amino acids on this chain, so think of peptides as just these structured amino acids that have all these covalent bonds that hold it together, and then they have these terminal end caps, and that acetylation is what allows these peptides to bind on the surface of the cell and turn on genes. Now, Kisspeptin has got a lot of attention because there's a study out of Stanford where they found that it helped with fibrotic livers and it reversed liver disease in a small study. Maybe there's an alternative or something that's better when it comes to increasing testosterone. And when we think about the luteinizing pathway, we've often thought of the HCG, and that is not an easy structure to get, but Kisspeptin does seem to have some of the same pulsatile functions, regulating hormones so that you can get your own supply of testosterone. In a 2013 peer-reviewed study out of the Imperial College of London, published in Clinical Endocrinology, they examined intravenous Kisspeptin-10 in 16 men, 10 of these men healthy, 6 with type 2 diabetes and low testosterone. So researchers measured the luteinizing hormone or LH pulses and testosterone levels after these bolus injections and prolonged infusions. And let's break down what they found. So Kisspeptin, there was a LH surge in hypogonadal men with type 2 diabetes, an IV bolus of Kisspeptin. They did 3 micrograms per kilogram of body weight, increase LH from 4.7 to 10.7, more than doubling the levels, with an 11-hour continuous infusion of 4 micrograms per kilogram per hour. Testosterone rose from 8.5 to 11.4 nanomoles per liter, a dramatic increase. Instead of supplying testosterone directly, Kisspeptin stimulated the GnRH neurons in the hypothalamus, triggering luteinizing release from the pituitary, which then stimulated the testes. So in healthy men, when they looked at that group, luteinizing pulse frequency and amplitude increased similarly with downstream rises in testosterone. The endocrine system wasn't bypassed, it was just activated. It was a way of turning on a little more testosterone production and luteinizing hormone production. Now this is important because if you are a man with low testosterone and you've been on testosterone therapy, you want to have babies, the Leydig cells in the testes stop the sperm production when we're on testosterone. You still get some, so don't think it's safe, but you still could get pregnant. But if you want to protect it and get off the testosterone, but yet maintain optimized levels of testosterone, because it's so important. Testosterone is one of those hormones that if you don't think it's important, try going without, but it helps with brain function. It helps us hold on to muscle mass. It's great for the cardiovascular system. It helps protect your body in its ability to recover. It's also one of the best ways that you can make effort feel good. And so when you're looking at Kisspeptin, it's working at the top of the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, the HPG axis. And then it's activating these gonadotropin releasing hormone neurons, which leads to more LH and FSH release, which then stimulate the endogenous testosterone production, so you don't need to get it from an outside supply. Now, you can use another peptide called Ipamorelin, which works on that GnRH pathway. But unlike exogenous testosterone, which suppresses your upstream signaling, Kisspeptin preserves that pulsatile luteinizing release. And this rhythmic pattern is really critical for healthy endocrine function. Even in men with type 2 diabetes, the LH responded robustly, suggesting it preserved this upstream responsiveness. Now, these findings demonstrate the acute stimulation of this HPG axis, not necessarily long-term therapy. So there are research limits. I mean, if you look at the studies, this was a small cohort, fewer than 20 participants. It was short-term. They used intravenous, and it's not like you're going to want to go and spend a day getting a continual drip for 11 hours either. And so while there are no long-term randomized trials, no fertility endpoints, no large-scale safety data sets, there's also no commercial form, there's nothing approved for Kisspeptin-10 for testosterone enhancement. So this is where you want to work with a licensed medical provider who understands how to increase your luteinizing hormone using peptides from 503A compounding pharmacies, so you're getting it from a correct source. But the real question is, if you do have low testosterone, before you just start jumping on peptides or hormones to fix it, ask the deeper question. And this question can save you years of frustration, which is, why is my testosterone low in the first place? And what can I do to help naturally improve it? And this is where lifestyle is so important. I look at health as three things: having a great lifestyle, and a great lifestyle is where you have great relationships, you've got a deeper purpose that you're working towards, and you also have healthy habits that can help perpetuate greater longevity and greater health span. I look at it as having the ability to generate energy to do the activities that you love doing, and through having fun experiences. And so if your testosterone's low, one study that they did, and this is what I'm going to do for you, is they took men. All these men were young, in their 30s, they had low testosterone. I believe it was a cohort of 40. They took them into the woods and they had them cut down trees and stack wood, and they all just kind of camped for 2 weeks. They measured testosterone before that experience and then after. And after they came back, their testosterone levels in some cases doubled, in many cases tripled, based on where they started. So if you want to go camping, cut down some trees, increase your testosterone naturally, that may be one way. The other way is working on your quad muscles, working on the muscles in your back and your chest. That can be really important for increasing testosterone. Decreasing your screen time. The doom scrolling is one of the worst things we can do for our testosterone. And then anytime we have stress turns off that gonadotropin releasing hormone, and that's what triggers the release of testosterone. So take care of yourself. I appreciate you for being on this channel. If you love it, please subscribe, leave me a comment. Good news, tell me some wins in your health, and I'll see you on the next video.